Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
By the power of Grayskull!
I am dumping unlimited power into you. That's what
All Shooty wanted to do was be inside me. It was one of the first James Bond movies I watched, so I have a bit of a connection to it. And
That's Dermot's excuse.
I don't fuck.
It was their first date, Adam. Shut up.
I will stop bringing it up. I don't give a fuck what that wannabe VTuber cunt wants to say. Okay, let me have my moment.
Dude, that's like a test of strength. That's not gay. That's like I'm gonna grip you. I'm gonna grip you harder than you grip me. I wonder what the championship belt would look like. Just like a big ass.
It'd be my penis wrapped around their waist.
we named zombies after you in that game.
Yeah,
Rightfully so.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're these big fat bloaters that sun themselves and they just lay there.
oh, those are the things that come out of my rainbow's ass.
Adam, you being Worf is cultural appropriation. I won't.
Cultural appropriate my dick. I don't care. I will have earned my riches and my surly attitude by the time we get there.
If I were going to culturally appropriate your dick, you'd have to go get that surgery. To get
Oh, good lord! Here we go.
Yeah.
Come.
And that is just.
Oh God,
those eyes, dude. Those eyes, man. Those eyes.
Pretty eyes.
I'm not looking at them right now. You know what?
I know, but she is a total package. She is a total package.
I usually think Ryan. I usually think Ryan is very cringe when he says this, but she can shit in my mouth.
Whoa, Dermy!
Why do you have to ruin this?
What the fuck?
Why
Ryan says that shit. Fuck, Ryan says this shit.
If Ryan jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
But you just
for her, yeah.
Would. Here we are worshiping this beautiful woman, and you're talking about German shit eating. I mean, come on.
Listen. I will drag my ball sack.
No. Listen.
100 miles worth
me.
of
Shut the fuck up.
Broken glass, salt, and lemon juice just to smell her farts.
We're not on your goddamn stream. We're on Adam's stream. We're
wow, I
am. Respect the man's house. You don't take shit in his goddamn fridge.
They warned us about people like you.
And to be fair, racist was Hitler.
Don't you wish you could get them all together? Like you had Q's powers. If you had Q's powers, I'd take every single one and put them in a room and just give them like girl fucking boner medicine.
I've had that fantasy. I've had that fantasy. Okay, we all. Dude,
I'd make them all super horny.
Dude, after
they're all drooling, just like ravenous, and then I just throw myself in the room and go, "Take me, ladies."
I was just waiting for Gal to pop up in the chat.
Oh God, I would run. I'm running.
Honestly, Devil, when you were saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna put him in the room," I just thought like you were gonna say, "I'm gonna put him in a jar."
Yeah, keep him in. No, hell no. I'm gonna put him in a room with just me and a big bed.
Oh. Lots of pillows.
And you know what? They can have fun with each other while they're taking turns with you. I mean,
I'm gonna eat a candy bar made of Viagra and just 20 hours of sex.
They would find you a week later completely dead, like a desiccated husk of a corpse because they'd sucked every bit of moisture out of your body.
And there's one phrase that will go, "I had snoo."
Yeah, I'd write on the sheets. Death by snoo. It was perfect.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
Hi. I've had a very odd day. How are you, Devil?
I'm tired.
How am I?
That's usual.
Yeah, I mean, I had lack of sleep. Welcome to Mellow Mondays. YouTube Studios acting weird. My chat isn't there, but I have the StreamYard chat. So you guys can tell I'm at like less than level 1 here because I went to bed late-ish last night just because I was trying to just relax, but I had to get up today and do real world shit to help out, and it ate up most of the all morning, early afternoon, and listen, if you check the channel today, I didn't get the Dune review done. I watched it. I eventually got around to watching it, but I just couldn't get around doing it in time. It was already too late. It's like it's kind of late hours. It's not going to work anymore, and also it was so boring and dumb. And this final thing they pulled off at the end of the episode was just retarded. Anyway, all right, you want to hear a story?
Sure.
My story. Okay, so like a good customer, a good bargain hunter, a good Jew, might one say. When we had Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I was trying to get the best deal on the couple of things I wanted to get myself for Christmas, and I snagged the deals on the couple of games that I wanted. Okay. One of them was it's a RPG based off an anime, which is based off a mobile game called Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. It's basically telling the story in a full-on RPG thing, and I've been looking forward to getting this game for well over a year. Ready finally to get it. I got it for $30, Devil. Picked it up for $30, marked down from 60. So here I am, happy as pig and shit. All right, long delivery time. Fine, whatever. Couple days ago, finally arrives, but it arrived at the same time as something else that had been ordered, relatively close to a present I got from my mom. So I told you guys in my apartment complex here, I have an Amazon hub locker at the other end of the complex where they'll put items in there. Sometimes they'll bring it to the door, but most of the time they'll put them in there. Fine, you get the code, you go down there, plug it in there. So I go down there to plug in the code. And when there's two separate items that arrived separately, they put them separate things. You put in one code, and it'll open both doors. Mm-hmm. One opened and one didn't. And when I tried to put the other code in, it says you've already put this code in, you've already gotten it. So I thought, okay, all right, give it a night. Go back next day. So go back next day. Says go to the leasing office. Well, it was Sunday, so I had to wait to today to go and get it. So I go there. I go down to the office, and I say, "Can you help me out?" It says, "Come to you." It's like, "Oh yeah, sure. We'll go put in our manual code override." Yeah, they do the override. It says 0 packages for me, when I know damn well my game is right behind one of those little pop-open doors. Right. So I have to call customer service. The Amazon customer service connected specifically to a hub locker. Mm-hmm. I had to go about all my business. I didn't get around to that till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Make the call. Dude has an accent thicker than my wrist. Okay? I'm trying to understand what he's saying. Eventually, when I explained to him what's going on, says you have to go back to the locker. I'm going to create a couple temporary codes for you, and we're going to get it open. I'm going to try to override the system. Well, we tried that for about 10 minutes, me standing there. I didn't think it was going to take 10, 15 minutes. I'm standing there in like shorts and a t-shirt. It's 45 degrees. I'm cold as fuck. Fortunately, I could take it. Doesn't want to work. Code doesn't work. Doesn't want to open. I hear it goes beep, but then nothing opens. He says, okay, listen. I say to him, well, can't we, because this is a daily occurrence. There's always an Amazon van coming up and delivering stuff. So I said, can't we just get one of these guys when they come to have a little note, get this out, deliver it to my door? He says, no, can't do that. Sorry. I give you a refund. Jeez. So at first I thought it said give you a refund and we'll get you another one. I was like, okay, fine. So I'm sitting here for a couple hours. I fell asleep for like 45 minutes in my chair because I was dog ass tired. I had barely 5 hours of sleep. And I woke up and I thought, okay, I'm gonna call regular Amazon customer service. See if I can resolve this. See if I can't get them to put in an order, a customer service order to just open it up and deliver it to my door. Because they're pretty good about that kind of shit usually. Sometimes you get that done. So I get a hold of somebody regular customer service. I explain the whole thing. That dude can't do jack shit. Keeps saying, I had to check my assets. Hang on, I'll check my assets. After about like 10 minutes, puts me back. The locker people.
No,
Locker customer service. And I say to him, can we just have it? And I say, listen, I've already talked to you guys already today. How about you just put in the order to have them delivered to me? Says, sorry, it's a lost item now, and it's no longer in our system. It's goddamn in the locker. I can physically put my hands on it if somebody opened it, and I know which one it is because there's one of the lockers. There's a piece of a package sticking out because whichever freaking drooling window-licking Amazon driver walked up and put it in there, didn't put it in properly, so the door closed on it, and that's probably mine, and that's why the door jammed and didn't open properly. So it's right there. It's physically about 200 yards over that way, and I can't get it. But they'll refund me and give me a $5 gift card on Amazon. Guess what? Guess how much the game costs now through Amazon?
Back up to 60?
70.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll get my refund on my Amazon card. Yeah, I got the $5, but only place I could find it right now is a GameStop 11 miles away. Because I want this game. This is a game I've been waiting to get for 2 years now.
So if you contact Amazon, won't they drop the price to that if you explain it?
No, it's
their fault.
Third-party seller.
Oh,
Third-party seller. They're not the warehouse doesn't have any copies anymore, and Christmas is next week. So
should just go down and try the fucking thing open.
Yeah, and then I go to jail. then I get kicked out. I get fined and kicked out, and then I'm on the street. And you're not going to take me in.
Shit on that. Dress up like Dermy. Frame him. Put on one of those. Put on one of those fat. No, put on one of those fat suits and a big gay beard. And well, no, he's shaved right now. So you have.
How retarded is that? How retarded is this whole situation? It's here, and only Amazon people could open that thing up. The leasing office can't open it up, and I'm pretty sure I know where that's the one where it is because it logically makes sense that that's why it didn't open because it's stuck. Isn't that just retarded? Stupid.
It's
so
absolutely stupid.
Now I got to spend the gas, and now I got to spend $10 extra, well, 12 with tax to get a game that I had scored for $30, and I had free shipping on that order, so it was a flat $30. And then I'm pissed off while I'm making dinner. I slammed 4 out of my 5 toes on my left foot into the wall while I was walking, and they hurt like fucking hell right now.
You're just having a great day, aren't you?
Oh man! So how's that for just stupid? Just plain retarded. And let me be honest. I've had generally good customer service experiences with Amazon. Whenever you want to return something, push of a button, done. Whenever they've screwed up a delivery, they send me the shit for free. And between you, me, and the tree, and I guess out there, let's just say I ordered a blender, my current blender, and it arrived broken, and they refunded me, and another one arrived, and I never had to put it back in there. So I've got a very expensive blender that was essentially handed to me. So
I'll tell you my Amazon shit story from this. Actually, I guess it would be last week. Mm-hmm. I went on to get my mom and a couple of my sister's presents, and I usually just do go out and physically buy stuff at the store. I don't really use Amazon. When I do use Amazon, I just use my mother's account because it's already, it's just already up there.
Yeah, my mom uses my account too because I'm the one with the
account.
Yeah.
I didn't. I had an account at one point, but I forgot the password. Didn't bother looking it up and stuff. So yeah, whenever I need something, I'm just all like, I just give her the cash and order it on her thing. But this year I'm all like, I'm gonna be responsible. I'm gonna fucking find out what my password is, restart my account, and get that all done with. So
yeah.
I do figure out my thing, restart my account, go through all the hullabaloo, and purchase their gifts. I'm all like, okay, yeah, I'll send them to my place. So I totally forgot that how long ago this account was. I didn't bother changing my address.
Didn't change your address. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
I sent them to the person living and all the way down where I used to live. Yeah. So now I have to freaking go down there and get them. Thank God
how far away is it?
About a 5.5 hour drive.
Wow. So whatever deal you got is going to be wiped out by gas money.
Yep. Either that or I could reorder them, but that's another $120. So
oh man.
Yeah.
Dude,
so yeah, because I'm at the very north of California, and that's about it's in the Central Valley. So it's central part of California. So I have to drive all the way down. So
you're just gonna lose an entire day this week, huh?
Yep. 5.5 hours down there, 5.5 hours back.
Oh man. Take a nap in between, dude.
Yeah.
Take a nap. Don't drive like that.
Well, I'm last time I drove that many hours straight was back from Vegas. I left at like 11 in the morning, and I got home at like 10:30.
I used to do when I went to college in Ohio, and my mom was in Virginia. I used to do the 8-hour drive from that, just boom, like nothing, just no problem at all. I could probably still do it now. Like if I woke up at the proper time and had enough sleep, I could do it, but I don't want to. And honestly, it maybe if gas wasn't so expensive, I wouldn't worry about it. But I ain't doing a drive like that. It's not until gas like $1.50 again. God, I remember when gas was 99 cents. I remember when I got my first car, the Shell station next to my high school, 99 cents a gallon. Old devil.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I've seen what it looks like to have normal prices on shit. Anyway, hello everybody in the chat. We're happy to have you guys here. We hope you're having we hope you guys are having a good week as the week starts. We are literally a week away from Christmas. Aside from our stupidity or like these retarded things happening, I am happy that Christmas is here. I love Christmas. I enjoy it. It's that I say this every year. It's that special time of the year where be a little nicer. Be a little nicer. Try to hold on to that positivity. And I've had to hold on to the positivity for the past 2 months. A lot of personal life stuff going on, and things are looking better. Not perfect, but a lot better. And looking forward to the new year. Looking forward to kissing 2024 goodbye. Looking forward to getting ready to just start strong going into this year. Because a lot of good things I think are going to happen in 2025. Not just for me or you or anyone else, but for the country, for the world. I think things are going to get better. And I just want to have. I don't want to say more fun, but I want to keep upping the fun levels on everything. I mean, right now, even though we're a week away, I've started watching my Christmas movies. I started watching. Have you started watching your Christmas movies yet, Devil?
Off and on. I've been like watching one like a week, trying to get a couple ones that I usually watch in.
I mean, I've gone through what I consider 4 Christmas movies this boy. 3 of my own choosing. 1 because Jed was an asshole. Maybe watch Love Actually for drive-in last weekend. Yeah, that movie's abysmal. I hated everything. But I already watched, because of week before, already watched Lion in Winter. That's a Christmas movie tradition for me. Even though I'll watch it anytime because it takes place on Christmas. I like it. I've already watched Die Hard. And I just watched Actually, 3. No, actually, there's another one. It just happens to be a movie that I didn't realize was a Christmas movie until I had been rewatching it. And it's I consider this a guilty pleasure. The Ryan Reynolds movie, Just Friends. It's Christmas. The whole thing takes place to Christmas. I actually really like that movie. It's a massive guilty pleasure. So I watched that. I said Die Hard, and last night I watched Scrooged. I watched Scrooged last night.
I've got to watch Scrooged. I usually watch A Christmas Carol, the George C. Scott one, because he's a fucking amazing actor. I usually watch Christmas Vacation, Muppets Christmas Carol. That's a must. And then I just sprinkle in other ones that just kind of hit me at the time. If I go, ooh, that sounds kind of good, I'm gonna go watch that. You know, but I do need to watch Scrooged. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Christmas Carol I watch. It took me a while to get my hands on it. This is my favorite one, the one with Patrick Stewart that TNT made. This is my favorite one. I really love this one. So I think that's maybe not next, but next couple of days. And of course, I'm gonna be watching Hook in the next couple of days because we're doing that on Drive-In with Static. Static's joining us for Hook. So I got Hook. I got Screw. I'm gonna watch this Christmas Carol, and then what else? I want to get in a Lethal Weapon watch. I want to get a Lethal Weapon watch in.
See, I'll tell you this: Lethal Weapon, I don't think is a Christmas movie because Christmas has to be essential to the story. The reason Die Hard is a Christmas movie is because he wouldn't be there if it wasn't Christmas. He's there for a Christmas party. It's part of that. Lethal Weapon just takes place during Christmas. If you took Christmas out of it, it wouldn't really affect it.
You want to hear my reasoning? Because it's a Christmas miracle that Riggs finds some measure of happiness at the end of the movie. That he has resolved some of his problems.
Oh,
he's found a family. He's found a
no, you can't.
Are you
kidding me?
It's a Christmas miracle, devil. Don't you?
It's a Christmas miracle. No,
Christmas.
No. I wish it was, but to me, it's not.
It's enough for me. It takes very little for me. But here's the thing, because I know that the debates are going on. Oh, Die Hard Christmas movie. Yeah, no. Of course, we just made the case. Die Hard Christmas movie. But then people will say Harry Potter is a Christmas movie. No, Harry Potter's a Christmas tradition. It's not a Christmas movie. Watching Lord of the Rings would be a Christmas tradition, but it's not a Christmas movie. Yeah. That's the difference. And I can accept if you say it's a Christmas tradition. Hey, fine, knock yourself out. If that's what you do on a holiday, you have specific things you watch with your family or your friends. That's fine. But don't tell me that Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter are Christmas movies, especially because Harry Potter has like a minute-long scene, the first one, over Christmas break, where he's the only one there with his owl. Don't tell me that makes it a Christmas movie. No.
Yeah. Just because a movie has like freaking a 7-minute scene in Christmas doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
No, all right, Legatus, no, you can't make that. You cannot make that. It is a Christmas movie. Listen. Both me and Jed, and I forget who else there, we destroyed you and Mustang 2 years ago in that argument. We destroyed you on Drive-In. You can't replace it with any other holiday because the themes don't work and the events don't work, and the music doesn't work. There is no other music for all those other holidays. I mean, you could say there's Easter music, but that's church music. That's church hymns and church singing.
Not to mention, who has a Christmas, a Thanksgiving party at their office? The only party you really have at your office is Christmas, so no Thanksgiving couldn't. But on top of that, let's just say that they did replace it with Thanksgiving, then I would say it's a Thanksgiving movie. It would still be the same argument. I would just say it's that particular holiday.
Yeah.
And not to mention, not just is he there for the Christmas party, it kind of weaves throughout it because he puts ho 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 on the guy's body. He dresses him with the little Santa hat. It's elemental to it.
Yeah, I mean, when the title opens, it goes there's bells jingling.
Yeah, it's Jingle Bells, isn't it?
And it just goes ding 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 when the title goes across the screen. Not Jingle Bells, but bells jingle. Christmas bells jingle. There's all kinds of Christmas noise throughout the whole thing. They play iconic Christmas music at every time. I mean, in his final moment where he defeats Hans, it's Christmas tape that he straps his sidearm to his back with. It's all over the place. You take it all out and replace it, it doesn't work. But it works because it's Chris. It's in the DNA of the movie.
Yep.
And people who are fighting this, you've lost the war a long time ago.
Yes.
You lost that war.
You have failed.
Find another battle to try and get angry over. Listen. No, we're not wrong. I'm not. Then 90% of everybody's wrong. No. It's a done thing. I mean, it's a little. Listen, I will say. Listen, I like to also say Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie. It's a little harder to make that argument, even though you could say yes, it's integral because it's Christmas at Dulles Airport, which is why it's so packed, which is why there's a snowstorm and the dictator's coming in, and why she's coming, and they're having their private holiday because the kids are with their grandparents. It's a little harder, but I will still qualify that as Christmas movie. It's not as the Christmas motif is not as laid on thick in Die Hard 2, but it's still there, and I can still consider it Christmas movie. Now, I may not watch it this year because I'm not quite in the mood to watch Die Hard 2, but it's there. It's there. It's there, and the arguments that are used against it are tired at this point. They're tired. I win.
Yeah.
I win. Anyway, all right. So I have very little in terms of topics on it. I got one article. I've got a couple of bookmarked posts to generate some conversation. I mean, we might as well talk. I want to wait for one of them until Samuel's here because he will give. I want his perspective on it, but I might as well start with this one here. Let me bring it up. I didn't save it. Let me bring it up here. I didn't have it ready because I'm dumb and I'm tired, and I want to be. I want to be playing Octopath Traveler 2. I got my last character, and I need to grind his levels up to the mid 30s. Catch up to most of their people. Though two of the characters are level 50. I love a good old fashioned JRPG, Devil. I am playing this, and there's still points where I'm getting my ass kicked because I'm wandering into zones with partially under leveled, or I'm trying to fight something that I shouldn't. But I'm being rewarded for being massively over leveled. I just did a chapter 2 story for one character, and the level recommendation was 18, and he's level 35, and I steamrolled everything. I one-shot the chapter boss when I got to one character who has one of his mega abilities unlocked. So I just juiced him, unleashed it, and boom, 35,000 damage over. It was done.
Yeah, I'm going slowly through Final Fantasy. Yeah,
so you started a remake.
Yeah,
let's talk about that before we get to this. Look, why don't we? How you liking it so far? How far are you?
Oh, dude, I'm loving it. It's I just got past I'm at the. I'm guessing it must be the final boss in the second reactor you're gonna blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because like I said, I can't go through it very far just because I don't get any time. Yeah,
now,
I'll go like I have half an hour. I'm gonna play
If you do everything and add in a little grinding here and there, try to get everything done, you're going to get about 60, 70 hours worth in your first playthrough. And because it's got a Noon Game Plus option, when you start the next game over, you'll have all your stuff. So then, because my first playthrough, of course, I maxed everything out, level 50, best weapons, all the material I get my hands on, all the side quests I could, even though I missed a few here and there. When I reloaded it, when I did a replay for earlier this year before we got to Rebirth, I breezed through the first half of the game. Just everything melted. It wasn't until towards the very end where I actually had to give a damn about every fight. It's like everything just so overpowered. Boom, crushed. So yeah, you'll get a lot. Considering how slow you're going, you'll be playing this for a while. You're gonna get a lot out of it, and it's just fun. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I'll say what I said when it was happening, going on. Those who I think were anti-remake were a good portion of them were traditionalists who were in the camp of this game didn't need to be remade. I personally think it's been over 20 years. it's 4 generations ago for a console. I think it was okay to remake it. I thought it was okay. Get that graphic upgrade. And also, yes, did it turn more now to an action RPG rather than a turn-based JRPG? Yeah, but they do it so well. I mean, you've been playing it now. It is the switching between your party members. It's so seamless and easy, isn't it, to deal with situations?
Yeah, it's been great. I think that remaking or bringing games that were so successful in the past into the thing, it gives the new generations ability to play it. They should play it the old way too, but you know, some of them are just stubborn that way.
I say if you're gonna do this, make sure you've played the original one first, because it makes the second one, makes the remake so much more enjoyable, because you're reliving these favorite moments, but then they're expanding on it. Because one thing you're gonna get in this first game, because the whole first game here, it's the whole Midgard disc. It's just that one part, but now 70 hours long if you do everything, and it adds so much more to it.
Yeah,
it flushes out so many things. And of course, they're adding in changes because they're expanding on a lot of things. I don't want to spoil stuff for you, but it works. To me, it worked. It was a load of fun, and I love Tifa.
Yeah. Definitely play the original, just because, like I said, I think that people miss out when they don't freaking experience stuff because they're like, that's old. Doesn't mean it wasn't good. You know, I think most of the comedies from the 80s, early 90s are a million times better than the shit we get now, billion times. But I also wish that they would remake games that maybe weren't successful, but missed just by an inch, you know,
or
like
niche, or like super niche. Yeah,
they could redo them and then, you know, up the graphics and put them back out there, get a second shot at them. There's great games out there that if you played you would love, and other people don't even know about. Like,
I agree.
I loved Legend of Dragoon. I thought it was a great game. Certain people, it was long, but I liked the story. I liked the kind of theme of it. I think they could up the graphics, make a new Legend of Dragoon game. It doesn't even have to necessarily be a remake of it. It could just be a new game of it, and it would be probably pretty good. I love the idea of these characters that can burst out of their armor, you know, into this dragon armor.
You know what my problem with that game was? It wasn't the story. I didn't like the gameplay of Legend of Dragoon. I didn't like
it. Was rough. I did not like the
game mechanics. I mean, I don't. You know what? I think I got close to the end and I didn't finish it. I don't think I ever finished it. Just because I was getting frustrated, and I didn't hate it, but it was adding to my general boredom. So I just stopped because I wasn't as enthralled. I know, like you just said, there are a lot of people who they swear by that game. They swear by it. They love it. It's on their Mount Rushmore of great old school JRPGs from the PS1 era. And great. There's something about it that just reminded me. Now, if they did remake it, new gameplay. Redo the gameplay, redo it. Don't try and mimic what would happen before, because that was rough, at least for me.
And on a personal level, I wish they would do a remake. They never would, but a remake of Ark the Lad, because I've told you what happened with that. With me. My story of woe.
What series I would like to see get a remake, or maybe just a remaster. I'd be happy with a remaster, just an updated, because I think it works best as a JRPG. Don't try and change it. And I only think of that as because I came across an account a month ago that for a year and X amount of days was constantly posting, I guess, to Square Enix, remake Breath of Fire 1 through 4. Now I said to him, 1 through 3 is good. Forget 4 and 5. Those games were trash. Then we got to a little exchange, not heated, just like little exchange. And I explained why I thought the 4th game was terrible, and I never even touched the 5th game because it wasn't Breath of Fire anymore at that point. But the first 3 games are classics. They are JRPG classics. They all fit in. They're all essentially a single storyline spread over a few different generations of that world, and those games are great. Those games would benefit from getting a remaster or a reboot treatment, and so that a new generation could play them, because they're not available anywhere else. It's not like they're available on any sort of emulation through Switch or PlayStation or Steam. Those games aren't even available on Steam as just in their 60-bit counterparts. Because I mean, Chrono Trigger is available, but not Breath of Fire 1 and 2. 3 was a PS1 game, and so was 4 and 5. But those would be games that if they remade them, I'd be all over those games because those are great games. Because how do you not want to be a character that can transform into a dragon? And 3 was peak in terms of that, in terms of the dragon transformation, because what you did in that game was collect dragon DNA and you could combine them to turn into different dragons. And the only way to turn into the best dragon was to do a mega one, but then you had to add in the failure gene, and then you became the Kaiser Dragon. That was cool. That was the Breath of Fire games were great. That's on my list of I'd like to see them get a remaster or remake treatment, because other than that, I'm already getting my wish next spring with Suikoden remaster and Lunar remastered. I'm getting my wish. I mean, it's not the original Lunar games, it's the PS1 ones, but that's close enough. I'm not gonna, look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm getting something this grand in to be able to play it on my modern equipment. So I'm already getting two really good fish your wishes for stuff you want to rate, and those both count because we're literally talking like with Breath of Fire, or not as long as the first two games, but that same generation of Breath of Fire 3. It's been over 20 years. Yeah, over 20 years. So it's time. It's welcome. It's not like them remastering Horizon Zero Dawn, which has only been out for 6 years, and it was already a PS3 game and a PS4 game, a PS4 game. It doesn't need a PS4 game doesn't need a remaster.
Yeah, like the last conversation I really had about games that should be remastered or redone is my cousin. He wants the original Pokemon games, Red, Blue, and Yellow, remastered, like brought up to what Arceus level, like that kind of game, like the newer ones, the 3D run around the world. He because he I think he had both Red and Blue and played them, like, which makes no sense, but I guess but he loves those, and so he said he would kill to have somebody remaster those. I would play them, but
I think Jeremy would blow somebody for that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Dermy and him should get together, blow each other. Sorry.
That caught me when I was inhaling. So I was inhaling a breath after getting I figured my lens. I was like, okay, I can't sit through the entire stream like that. I'm not going to sit. So that caught me off guard. But I believe, just like you do, dig into those classics, give them a fresh coat of paint. Now, I'm not saying give them the FF7 remake treatment, because that takes years. There's nothing wrong with doing. You know what a lot of these games should get? They should get the Dragon Quest 2D HD treatment. Is what they should get. Because right now I'm playing this game, Octopath Traveler 2. This is all classic pixel art. It's all classic 2D pixel art. It's beautiful. It looks great. Make more of these games. They're probably cheaper to make. They're not as expensive. They don't take as long. And if they gave the 2D HD treatment that they're giving to Dragon Quest right now, if Square Enix gave that to their back catalog of old games, oh man, they would have that. I think they'd print money, and it would go a long way, I think, to smoothing things over with the part of the Square Enix customer base that have felt slighted in the past recent years for whatever reason they decided to feel upset with Square Enix about. I think doing that would go a long way, and Breath of Fire I think would be a great push through for that.
Well,
those are great.
It would be a great idea, just because, like we were talking about the other week when we were talking about the Game Awards, how these big studios are essentially dead. They're losing to the indie studios on game performance, on what is being purchased. This would be a great idea for them. Take a year or two off of your big name games and focus on trying to bring these old titles that were successful for you, make some more money off of them. They were successful once, they can be successful again. And then really think about where you want to go with your big titles and make good choices instead of trying to push them out too quickly, maybe, and also making really shitty choices. Yeah, I would be totally down with like 3 or 4 years of nothing but just remakes that are really good and well done and that you love. Yeah.
And you know what? This is a good transition to one of the articles I was sitting on. So we're going to go do this one instead, because what you're talking about there, a lot of these companies, they own the rights to everything in those old games, and they wouldn't have to really change much if you give them the 2D HD remake.
Yeah.
A lot of them are JRPGs, so it's all main based, and I think that's kind of what's missing today. Those slow it down. Not everything needs to be a high octane action RPG. Slow it down. Menus. Let just relax. I am so chill playing this game right now. That's why it's relaxing the hell out of me when I'm playing it. But one of the problems that is facing not just the publishers but developers as well, patents. Some of these companies own patents on certain types of things, and it's a crunch. And I've got an article here from Park Place that is basically talking about how the patent gatekeeping by certain companies is going to be a problem going forward, because it's limiting the evolution of certain game styles and gameplays, but it's also these companies that have them, in some cases, aren't doing anything with it. And I think you might know where I'm going with this. So we'll start with this right here. Nintendo patent power play. Is this the end of creative freedom for developers? The gaming industry stands at a critical crossroads, one where creativity, and innovation are increasingly threatened by corporations seeking legal dominance over fundamental gameplay elements. At the heart of this issue lies the unsettling reality of the gameplay mechanic patent, a trend that began when Warner Brothers secured exclusive rights to the Lord of the Rings Nemesis system that has now intensified with recent Nintendo patent of core creature capture mechanic, i.e. the Pokeball. And I guess it'll explain the Nemesis system here. Yeah. These actions not only reshape how games are developed and played, but also raise urgent questions about the future of an industry that has long thrived on freedom, experimentation, and the joy of invention. The first domino, Warner Brothers and the Nemesis system patent. In 2014, Middle-earth's Shadow of Mordor, a game published by Warner Brothers, introduced the Nemesis system. It was a groundbreaking gameplay mechanic that handled interactions with enemy NPCs in a way that felt unique and tailored to the player's experience. This system was later patented by WB, and the patent remains firmly in their hands to this day, and they don't do anything with it. They used it again for Shadow of War, but they don't do anything with it. They haven't used it in a decade in any other games. No other games. None. And it's an outstanding system where, as it describes here, and here's a picture, when you kill an NPC orc or enemy, you do something to him. Like this guy right here, clearly he got that ogre got maimed. He got beat up by you at some point, and he comes back all effed up and stronger. And they have all these different mental breakdowns, and they all change this and that. And they'll hunt you down. So they didn't take advantage of this. And nobody else can, because they put the patent on it. And they'll explain it more. By patenting the Nemesis system, Warner Brothers effectively made it impossible for other game developers to use or replicate it, even accidentally. Now you might argue they created it, so they have the right to patent it. While that's true to an extent, the Nemesis system, despite being innovative, was still a gameplay mechanic. There's always a risk that similar systems could be developed independently by other studios. They're either intentionally or coincidence. But that's not the real issue here. The problem is that Warner Brothers opened the floodgates to one of the most crippling challenges game developers could face:
patenting of gameplay features. Before we keep going, Double, how do you feel about this concept right now? In terms of, because we're talking about these large companies, they're not doing anything. This plays into it, don't you think?
Oh yeah, because I love the idea that I didn't get to play this game, but I love the idea that if you fight like certain creatures and you don't end them, if they had like a vendetta.
Yep.
But not just that, like, but you could actually have a level of vendetta, like that they will attack you the second they see you,
out of nowhere,
hunt
too.
you. If you
be doing shit and then boom, they'll jump your ass. I've had it happen to me.
Yeah, if you're in the area all the way up to a level of vendetta where like they will hunt you, you can't get away from them because you're their only goal. Wherever you go, they are gonna try to get you till you end them, type thing. I think that would be awesome on so many games. So many.
Imagine if you're in a game where you're a bounty hunter and you had a mark and you caught them, but something happens just game wise and they escape, and they might turn the tables on you and come after you in a nemesis system type of way, or you've got a mark on you. I mean, what game was I playing? What was it? I'm trying to remember. What game had a bounty system where they were hunting me? I suddenly can't remember what it was. I think it was Assassin's Creed Origins, where I had a bounty on me and there were bounty hunters looking for me. That's akin to that sort of. So imagine what they didn't evolve, and once I got them, they were dead. But what if I didn't get them? What if they came back to be nastier, angrier, different skill sets, different weapons, shit like that I didn't deal with the first time. That's a variation of the Nemesis system, but because of what WB has done, nobody can do this. And they haven't, and like I said, they haven't done anything with it. They patented it and they sat on it. I mean, people were saying that the mythical Wonder Woman game that was supposed to have it in it. Yeah, that game's been in development hell for I think 5 years now. Nobody knows anything about it at all. But it's not just Warner Brothers. As the article says, it's Nintendo. Most recently, in 2024, a game called Power World was released, quickly taking the world by storm. Yes, we were all palling it up. Often referred to as Pokemon with guns, it became immensely popular. Certain gameplay aspects were strikingly similar to Pokemon series, particularly the mechanics for capturing creatures in the game as pals. This process involved defeating the creature and then capturing them using a ball-like device, much like a Pokemon ball. Yes, it was a PAL ball. And
I never got what they expected you to do without
I know.
Beat them with a brick? I mean, of course you're going to have to throw some kind of container element at them. It's freaking stupid.
Yeah. To provide some context, Nintendo has been releasing Pokemon games for decades. However, recent titles in the series have faced heavy criticism for being poorly optimized, riddled with bugs, and lacking key features. Yet, everybody still goes back for more. Dermy, once again, we bring up as an example. Dre, we bring up as an example. They keep going back over and over again. Many players were yearning for a truly open-world Pokemon game that could meet modern expectations. Power World filled that gap, delivering an experience that players eagerly embraced. At its peak, the game boasted over 25 million active players with a record 2 million concurrent players on Steam alone. Yes, we were there. Power World's success effectively embarrassed Nintendo. In response, Nintendo took a drastic and controversial step. Now, when this was all going on, at the time, we were all theorizing that there had to be some sort of backroom deal, which Nintendo was looking the other way, thinking, oh, these guys, we're just going to let them do it. It's not going to make a deal. But apparently we were wrong. That was kind of very, I guess, naive thinking. In May 2024, Nintendo and the Pokemon Company filed several patent applications related to gameplay mechanics involving the capture of creatures using spherical objects. These patents were officially approved between May and August 2024. So Nintendo's being a bitch.
Yeah.
That's spite. That is spite that somebody made a game that was catering to customer desires instead of putting out the same old slop every couple years.
Yeah. What Power World should do is if it's coming to the thing, just change the shape, make it a square.
Yeah.
You know, you throw a square or a diamond shape or
Make
some shit
it
at
an
them.
oval.
You know,
It's not a circle,
yeah,
an oval or
yeah, or some ring like a frisbee, a catch
make it a
frisbee.
boomerang.
You know,
Make it a boomerang.
that'd be cool.
Actually,
I think I really want to go back to this because like when this first came out, the lawsuits, everyone was talking about the stuff they've added to it, and I don't. When you guys were playing this, I wasn't able to join you guys, which really
well,
sucked.
it was a bit of a disaster when we were playing it because there were still so many bugs. It was glitching
Yeah.
like hell. And even though Static did his best with the private server, it really was a struggle because it was horrible lag. Now they fix it, and now apparently they have dedicated servers, private servers of their own. Now, if I play it, I'd have to rebuy it for the PlayStation 5 because I can't play it on the old girl. She can't. She could barely run it at the time, so I'd have to rebuy it. I'd have to rebuy it. But I'd go back. I'd go back. And if we went back in force, I mean, and when we were doing that, we had all just started playing co-ops together. So that was like, just for an example, that was the first time Kel and I were playing a co-op together. And we were hanging out, me and him, the only ones on the server. We didn't say a word to each other. We're just busy going about our business. Now it would be like, okay, Kel and I have been playing games with each other on these things for a year now. So it would be much more comfortable and this and that. And when he just for power example, when he decides to go and build another base, I can go help him instead of him just going off on his own and not knowing that I want to help him build a base.
Yeah.
So now with the way we want to be playing these games together, if we went in for a second round, it would be a totally different experience. Because we're all used to playing with each other. We all understand how we all play shit now. And I think it'll be a lot of fun, especially if we get now upwards of like 16, 17 of us doing this shit. So,
and you know not to fuck with the memorists, or whatever they're called.
Okay, yeah, that if people don't know, that first time it was me, Dermy, I think it was Shock.
Yeah, Shock was there.
I think it was Shock, and it was our first attempt at starting on the server, and our original base camp before Static set it up, and we didn't understand the level differences, and we thought, oh, we could maybe, if we all fought together, we could take something that maybe is 10 levels higher than us. And I was like, I think I was level 8 or 9, maybe 10. Jeremy was level 8. Shock wasn't that far behind. And we'd had some early success. We had a bunch of pals. I had an ability where I had these, I had ability to summon extra pals because I gave them these harnesses or something like that. So I had, instead of just the one pal, I had 2 or 3 others floating around me. And there's a clip out there. The clip is out there. We'd have to find it. And I got it in my head. I said, hey, guys, let's go get the Mamorist that's hanging out near our base. And
here's this big ass Mamorist, and they're all like sitting there. Are you sure about this, Adam? Are you sure? He's pretty big. He's probably really strong. And Adam's all like, I'll risk it, and shoots it with a fucking arrow.
I shoot. No, I had a musket. I did have a musket. I had a musket at that point. I fired the musket, and that thing just turns. And with its first AoE attack, it wipes out everybody's pals. And my reaction was, fuck this shit, I'm out. I ran. I ran and it hid in the house while this thing steamrolls Derby and Shock, and the cries of, oh my God, we're all dying. It's terrible. And it was glorious. And it just wiped out the entire base. Okay, I need to see if I can find this now real quick. I've got to see if I can find this. I think it's on Dermy's channel. It might be on Dermy's. Let me see. God, can I search individually on his channel? Let's see. I think Dermy uploaded it on his channel.
I know it's out there. I know it's
out there. Problem is Dermy uploads. It's like almost a year ago, and and Dermy uploads 3 videos a day. Oh, here we go. Search. Here we go. Pow World. Let me see. Targeting. No, these are just regular things. He membered that one. If it's on, if we put them, if it's membered, we would need Dermy on here to access if it's on his member section. Yeah. I don't, you know what? It's also probably deep in the Ballbusters DM room, but you know how that is. That thing, if you miss a day, all that shit's wiped out. You can't go back and, I mean, that's like forever ago.
Yeah.
And I have no idea. All right. Hang on. I am not the best at searching this stuff, but let me see. Maybe if I search Dermy on X, maybe that will bring it up, because I know he uploaded it to X. I'm pretty sure he uploaded it. Let me see if I can find this.
And does he have a file called Bad Choices?
Dermy Wormy, Pal World. Let's see if it brings this up. Let me see if I bring it up here. No, these are random people. It's not Dermy. Let's try. We'll try at. Yeah, the at. No. Now, problem is, I mean, Dermy probably still has it. Oh, wait, here we go. No, that's the X. That's the stream. That's the stream.
Yeah, if we knew the exact area, the exact time.
Well, he membered them, so I couldn't even get into it if I wanted to, because I'm not a member.
That bitch.
Yeah, yeah, Dermy has it somewhere, because I wasn't recording it anymore at that point, because I had stopped recording because the game was lagging so bad.
Yeah.
So, but I'm assuming he's on static stream right now. So
like when I was playing it, the freaking lag for me was so bad. I couldn't even beat the first tower. Yeah. The first tower with the girl riding the electric cat thing. I think it was in the pitch earlier. I went in there and I was strong enough I could kick its ass, except for it kept glitching and the thing would be like onto the side of me. Yeah.
Yeah. We all suffered that, but you suffered it the worst when that was happening.
Yeah, I was so bad.
Yeah. So I would definitely, I would go back to Pal World, because listen, I only spent $25 on it, or $23 on it when I got it, and we played for over 70 hours. So I got my initial money's worth. So I don't feel like I wasted my time with that. But I would definitely go back now. I mean, I'm curious. Let me look. Let me see how much it is here on PlayStation Store. Hang on.
Yeah, like that's why I do. I'd get it on PlayStation just because my PlayStation,
just like me. I mean, that's why right now I'm doing most of my gaming. If it's not something like Among Us, I'm doing most of my gaming on my PlayStation, because one, I've got a lot of games lately, but two, it's guaranteed to work. I'm not gonna have any problems.
Yeah.
So, Pal World. Oh wow. It's on sale.
For how much?
For $22.
Oh man, I might get that
because I have PS Plus, because we're playing online games right now, other stuff. It's discounted for me.
Nice.
Let me see how much longer this is going on. Offer ends in 4 days.
Yeah, shit.
All right. I'll take donations.
Where's Ariel when you need her?
If you guys want to
watch some shit.
If you guys want to see me get back into Pal World, I mean, because in all honesty, I've already spent my Christmas game budget. That got spent weeks ago. If you guys want to see me play Pal World, we want to see it. If you want to take us getting a step back into playing Pal World as a group, there it is, right there.
How much does it cost normally when it's not on sale? $30. Okay, so it's not too bad.
Not too bad, but the $8 is $8, dude.
Yeah.
$8, and this thing's stand right now. That's big. So yeah. But yeah, so Pal World's fun. So all right, let's keep going with this. By patenting such basic gameplay mechanic, Nintendo has further solidified a trend that could stifle creativity across the industry. This action not only undermines the innovative spirit of game development, but also raises the question of how far corporations will go to eliminate competition and protect their intellectual property. The patent crisis, Nintendo's impact on the future of gaming. Patenting gameplay mechanics will kill creativity in game development. Imagine if a game company patented the third-person perspective. Wow, that's a pretty good argument there. Even worse, the ability to heal yourself with medkit marked with a red cross. You might think such patents would be too vague or impossible to enforce, but consider Nintendo has done this year. Not only has their patent been approved, but it has also been retroactively applied to a game that was already released. If you still think this is far-fetched, take Power World as an example. As of today, Power World has removed the feature that allows players to capture creatures with a spherical ball. Whoa, I didn't know that. If you log in now, you'll find that the ball throwing capture mechanic is gone. Nintendo patent has already had a tangible impact on the gaming world. That was crucial to the game. Because one, you had to manufacture the balls, and then you had to have good timing and take a chance throwing it. While Powell's developers were initially in a legal battle with Nintendo over the patent infringement, the real concern is how other publishers are now watching this unfold. Competitors see that even established games are being forced to change or modify their mechanics to avoid lawsuits. This is where the danger lies. Nintendo's actions have set a precedent that goes beyond protecting intellectual property. They've created an environment where publishers can weaponize patents to stifle competition. Unlike Warner Brothers, whose patent on the Nemesis system could be compared to guarding their own recipe, the Nintendo patent essentially grants them sole ownership over a gameplay mechanic widely used in Power World and many other games. This opens the floodgates for publishers to rush to patent office, not just to safeguard their own features, but to use these patents as a tool to crush competitors. And as gamers, we're letting this happen. I guess, yeah, nobody. No, I mean, did anybody really shout down Nintendo when they started to do this?
No, but Nintendo. The thing is Nintendo's not even the first one, because you had the same thing with PUBG. Did this to Fortnite. They got pissed that Fortnite was so much more successful than PUBG, because at that time they were, their battle royale was they owned it, and then Fortnite came in, took some of the fucking market as far as that goes, and they got so pissed, so they tried to get them for people dropping in with umbrellas. They said that they had the parachute in function covered, and so they couldn't do it. They can't have characters jump out of a plane or a bus and parachute into battle. That was their function type thing, and they tried to get it enforced. So they're not the first one to be dicks, essentially.
Yeah. But Nintendo has a lot of power. They have a lot of muscle because they're Nintendo. Hi, Samuel.
Hi.
You want to weigh in on this at all right now?
I take issue with the statement that it says this is going to stifle creativity. I think, if anything, it'll spur it.
Really?
Because they're going to have to find other ways to do these things.
I could see that as a path. I mean, think outside the box, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't use the little Pokeballs and shit in Power World, which is not a Pokemon property, right? Then the mechanic is still, in the game. All you got to do is find a new way to package it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And Sam should be able to patent this shit, because he's been throwing shit at girls and catching them for years.
I've been catching something.
You usually need a prescription to get rid of it.
It's a cream.
Just walks up to a girl and just gotcha.
And as gamers, we're letting this happen. Will they go after smaller games? Probably not, at least not initially. But imagine an indie game becoming immensely popular, like Power World, Stardew Valley, Minecraft, Among Us, or others that succeeded because they were genuinely good games. Now picture a larger publisher noticing this indie game's growth and patenting a gameplay mechanic similar to one used in those games. If the patent is approved, as Nintendo's was, they could retroactively force the indie developer to change or remove a core feature, effectively crippling the game. This trend will stifle creation of new IPs and destroy the innovative process that drives the gaming industry forward. Developers will now have to constantly worry about infringing on patents they may or may not even know exist, creating an environment of fear and uncertainty. As a result, the indie gaming landscape, which has been a source of creativity and innovation, will suffer and potentially die due to publishers' ruthless and short-sighted
Jesus.
patent infringement lawsuits. It's
Well,
pretty.
that's some
That's pretty.
fear-mongering.
That's a little. Well, I mean, listen. Park Place is known for going very black pill on stuff.
Yeah.
They do not look at the brighter side of things. Let's be honest.
Well, look at the automotive industry, right?
Mhm.
You know, like how many different kinds of or how many different companies out there are making cars, and all of them are essentially using the same product, right? There's a base thing there. You got an internal combustion engine, and it sits in a chassis that's supported by 4 fucking wheels, right? But everything else is they've got to find other little ways to do this sorts of things. Like Hyundai's, for example, got headlights that pop out of the vehicle in order to change the bulbs. Nobody else does that, as far as I know, besides Korean cars. So all these little, or even look at the film industry prior to the 1990s, right? All of those practical effects, right? All of those innovative ways when they had no money, no budget, no materials, they had to figure out how to do this shit on the fly, and so it forced them to be creative with their budgets and with their materials. And sometimes you get some really great shit out of it. Yeah, sometimes you get shit too, but that's part of the process. I think this is actually good for competition.
I think it can have both effects. I do think it'll spur them to be more creative, but at the same time, what if the first person to ever stick lamps on the front of a car all of a sudden patented the freaking the headlights, and every single car on the road now is illegally driving around without headlights? Like it just, to me, it's kind of shitty. Not to mention, this is going to be a tactic they're going to use to try to, like the article says, stranglehold indie games. We were just talking about how indie games are essentially becoming the future of gaming because the studios are such shit. This is a way for the studios to essentially strangle out their competitors and continue to make shit, because they're not going to strangle out their competitors and go, well, we're going to learn from our mistakes now. No, they're going to strangle out their competitors and say, now you have no choice. All you can play is our shitty games. So here's our shitty games.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility. That's definitely a possibility, but I'd say that the answer to that lies with the consumer. Like if you see these big AAA companies going around and squashing all the little guys, support the little guys. Fuck the big AAAs. Make them feel it.
But like I said, that's if you can. If they're strangling out every single game these people are creating by, taking up every single thing. Oh, you can't do this. You can't have a health pack. You can't have a health med. You can't have this. You can't have that. Because they're all patenting all these things. Then, like I said, what kind of games are the indie games going to be able to come out with? Anything fun?
Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but at the same time, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, if the big companies decide to go ahead and do this, they decide to eliminate all the competition, and in doing so, they end up, obviously pissing off a sizable portion of their customer base, right? Because that will happen. If they this could be the end of the gaming industry if it goes far enough.
I agree.
People will stop supporting the AAAs, and nobody will be making independence because they can't, because of legal fucking strangleholds. Then that's it. Then people will find something else to occupy their time with, and those companies are going to be out of a job too. This is absolutely stupid on their part. If
it's cutting your nose off to spite your face.
Yeah.
Is what it is. It turns into that. If it turns into that,
no more gaming. Back to aggressive masturbation.
Pretty much.
Okay. It's not like aggressive masturbation is stopped. Okay. It's not like that.
That's what I love about Suikoden. It's key to be able to be played one-handed.
Yes. Hey, listen. Some of those ladies, Suikoden. Oh, Samuel, we're only like 3 months away, dude.
I know.
3 months away. I'm so excited.
I know.
I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. I mean, I pre-ordered my physical copy already, so it just needs to be shipped. That's all it needs to do. Just be shipped. Okay, did I stop sharing? There we go. All right. How you doing, Samuel? You all right?
It's been a long day, man. Sorry I'm late.
Yeah. Did you hear my story?
No, like I said, it's been a long day. I haven't been listening to anything until I got here.
I won't repeat it. I'll tell you later. It's just all right. Short version of it. Package arrived from Amazon. Code malfunction at the hub locker. Package trapped in hub locker. Can't get it out. They won't get it out. They consider it lost, even though it's just 200 yards down there.
That's efficiency.
Yep. I mean, I'm getting a refund, but now I got to spend $10 more to go get the game at GameStop because I got it for $30 on Black Friday. So
Jesus.
Yeah. So retarded, completely retarded. Right. All right. I've got this, and I wanted Samuel to hear this one because I'm sure you will provide some. Not this one, the other one. Stupid. That was before for Samuel. I want this. This is the one I want. Just when I bring it up. So we all heard yesterday, and I heard while we were on Roundtable yesterday that we're getting Superman trailer on Thursday.
Yeah, I heard about that this morning.
We are getting,
and then my dumbass went and looked for it, and I found several things that have like some what appears to be teaser content spliced in with shit from Man of Steel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, God, I hate those.
We heard about it yesterday.
I was like, God, this corn sweat guy looks an awful lot like Henry Cavill.
I mean, we heard about it yesterday afternoon, and that's now pretty much a guaranteed topic for Roundtable next week. Even though we're all going to react to it, we're going to do a group discussion on it next weekend. But long story, not to repeat myself from yesterday, I don't trust James Gunn. I just don't. I don't trust him to make a Superman movie. And not to, I know Bug might be listening because we know Bug does listen if he's not on here sometimes. I don't have his optimism for this. He's got optimism for once. Bug has optimism where I don't.
It's creepy.
And I'm
really
it's creepy, isn't it? Yeah, Bug
right.
is actually looking forward to this right now. Now he's not going all fangirl stupid. He's just saying, I'm in the face of Dermy's massive pessimism today in the DM room. It's like super massive pessimism. Even to like he made a really weird metaphor about like a dude leaving him and killing his dog or some shit like that. I don't know.
Okay, that's dark.
It's Derm. Yeah, it got dark. It got dark fast. And I simply said, I'm not optimistic. I do not trust James Gunn. And I made my case yesterday on Roundtable where I basically said, I'm not blackpilling on this. This just isn't his type of movie to make. He likes weird out there shit where he could bend the rules on their origins and abilities and personalities and what they do. This is Superman.
Yeah, well, I believe I said something much to the same effect about James Gunn, you know, like a while back. I mean, you're talking about a graduate of the Trauma Academy. Come on.
Mm-hmm. And, I mean, this is the first time we've talked about this. You can go back down the playlist months ago. We have, every time the leaks came out, every time screen caps came out, we have gone over this. And now we are days away from the trailer, which is going to be our first real look at it and our first ability. And I doubt it's going to be a teaser trailer. It's not going to be a full trailer. It's going to be a teaser trailer, which means probably going to be a minute and a half to maybe 2 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes. This is James Gunn. He might squeak it out that longer. And we're only going to get a taste. And then we might get some synopsis snippets of what's going to go on. And then we can start comparing and contrasting to the leaks we talked about months ago. So we're going to first start getting into this. And we have another 9 months of trailers and discussions and interviews and shit like that. And I'm willing to see what this is going to happen. I mean, this one, I am going to watch this, so I'm prepared to talk about it. Maybe not necessarily review it, but watch so I get on stream. We have a discussion because I need to see if James Gunn can actually do more than weirdo team of people or weirdo thing that is an outlier of fandoms. I need to see if he can do this, and I do not trust him to do it. But they released a poster today. Have you guys seen the poster?
Yeah, but and I'll be honest, the posters, like as movie posters go, it's not terrible.
Oh, Yeah, listen, this is I'm gonna keep it muted because I don't know if they're gonna hit for the music or not. But it plays to me. A lot of people are saying it's very John Williams-esque and this and that. Some people are saying it's a combination of John Williams and Hans Zimmer for that kind of stuff. And listen, this is a smart move for the promotion for Thursday. This looks like an uplifting poster. It's a Superman. He's looking up, look up, he's soaring. I guess these interactive posters they put up now, it's the thing now that we do it. It's a good start. The problem is, let's go back to the one I actually bookmarked for this. I don't agree with this type. It's too soon to be like this. The theme. Oh, this is gonna be generational. Kids are gonna know Superman again. Superman is going to be on the big screen. IMAX speakers. We're so back. Oh God, there's hope. This is not enough for that kind of reaction. I'm sorry.
I will say that this is enough to pique interest, which is good. I mean, that's exactly what a teaser poster should do, is to be like, oh, okay, so they're just, what they're showing me here looks like Superman, right? But they're not giving anything away. And that's the smart way to play it. Right. But that this isn't saying, like, obviously I haven't heard the music there, but they'd be, you know what, they'd be really smart to use as much of the John Williams score as they can get away with, actually, to tie it into Christopher Reeve's movies. Yeah. You know, not the Hans Zimmer shit, but the you know, I love Hans Zimmer, but don't tie this to Man of Steel. Do not do that. But you know, I think that he's a great composer, but that movie blows, and it's not a Superman movie. This is enough to pique interest.
But
you know,
I mean, Devil,
it pops.
It pops, but Devil, I think this reaction is over the top for just a poster.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody who I don't get hyped for nothing anymore, because I've gone to where I just assume at some point they're gonna let me down. I mean,
you're borderline blackpilling. You're not there, but you're borderline.
I still have hope. I just I know that sometimes it's misplaced. With this, I do like the poster. I do like the music. When you hear it, it gives you that Superman feel. But at the same time, like you said, I don't trust James Gunn. I don't trust any of these directors that are one-trick ponies that beat it over the head. Just like the guy who did Thor, what's his name? God damn it! And
which one? Yeah, Taika Waititi.
Yeah, Taika Waititi. God damn it! Every freaking Taika Waititi movie is the same damn movie. It's the same damn humor. It's the same thing. And James Gunn, that's kind of how it is. Like, I'm afraid he's going to Guardian the Galaxy up Superman. And I don't want that.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is James Gunn humor should not be Superman humor. And at the same time, and now we're gonna get a taste of it in the trailer on Thursday, and your guys get my reaction Thursday. I'm hoping to get it out before Geeks Gamers Daily, because I want to get my take out before they get their take out. So hopefully it's out early enough that I can crank out my reaction before then. But this movie, from all the leaks and not just the possible story of what we read a few months ago when we broke that down, if that rumor turns out to be true, but we know what the cast is. This isn't a Superman solo movie. It's got really D-level Justice
supposed to be in this?
I believe so. Maybe.
Okay, so
we know for sure that we got Guy Gardner. We've got not Shira Hall. We got Reincarnation Shira Hall, not Thanagarian Shira Hall. We got Wonder Man. And
Wonder Man.
Oh no, sorry, Mr. Terrific. Sorry, Mr. Terrific. So I don't know why.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wonder Man's Marvel, dude. But
sorry, my brain. I meant Mr. Terrific. Sorry, Mr. Terrific, and Metamorpho.
Yeah,
and it's second gen Mr. Terrific, by the way. It's not the original.
And Guy Gardner is being played by Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion is a great kind of comedic actor. A lot of his roles he has that kind of comedic, which is why I'm like kind of afraid of the James Gunn thing. Was I'm all like, is he gonna make him like a knockoff Star-Lord, like a smart ass
he's
comedic
one of James Gunn's
character?
buddies.
I don't know.
Nathan Fillion is one of those guys that James Gunn's they're good friends, and he uses him whenever he can in anything. This is the first time James Gunn is using him in more than just a cameo role, though. I mean, Guy Gardner's only going to be there for the whole act. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So devil's advocate, right? Guy Gardner is a sarcastic, goofy, stupid son of a bitch. It always has been. It's one of the reasons he was the least liked of all the human Green Lanterns.
Exactly.
Right. He was a pain in the ass. He ends up getting kicked out of the JLA and starting up JLA Europe, which was a massive failure with Metamorpho, I might add. But you know, and so like if there was going to be an outlet for James Gunn's particular brand of humor and stupidity, right? If he was gonna, the best way to keep it contained to Guy Gardner. If Booster Gold's in this, it fits him too. But those two characters only. Everybody else has got to be played straight, especially if you want those jokes to land. They got to have straight men.
Or I guess in Shira Hall's case, straight woman, because she has no sense of humor.
If I have to have a guess of where this is going, if I would predict, I think that all the side characters besides Superman, I do think they're gonna do like a Guardians of the Galaxy. They're all gonna have the same kind of humor, do the same thing. The only person who's gonna be serious is Superman, and he's gonna be kind of portrayed as a wet blanket a couple times because of it. But I have a sneaking suspicion that, like you said, because Booster Gold does have a humorous kind of idea to the character, that he's his hero that cares more about fame.
You don't know if
and then Guy Gardner, I think that we're looking at Guardians of the Galaxy with Superman attached to it, essentially.
But that's one of my points. You've got an ensemble cast in a super movie that isn't a real Justice League movie with the actual top tier, S tier Justice League members. And that's the only time you want to see Superman in an ensemble, when it's the Justice League, the real Justice League, taking on an Omega level type threat that even Superman can't handle on his own.
I'd be happy with a decent World's Finest movie with just him and Bats, but it can't be like fucking Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, I mean, Dre and I put out this whole alternate what they should have done with this Gods and Monsters thing a year ago. We spent like 40 minutes on a roundtable breaking down the thing and how they should go here, and World's Finest was a part of that equation. Part of the problem is they're not going to do that. This is James Gunn. I think he is the one-trick pony, and this is going to be more an ensemble movie. I mean, granted, I think Superman will still be the star of his movie, but I don't think it's going to stick the landing time. I don't think this is going to be a disaster, but I don't think it's going to be, to quote this Stan, I'm going to call this person a Stan, a generational movie for kids. There's no possible way this is going to be a generational movie for kids.
What are the odds that freaking Guy Gardner probably calls Superman soups or some shit?
90th percentile.
Yeah, some of the cringe it's going to write itself.
And then let's remember, the rumor is members of the Authority are going to be in this. That Ultraman will become Bizarro, and that's the final boss of the movie. And Lex Luthor is still going to be there.
What?
Yeah, Lex Luthor's in the movie.
No. I know about Lex Luthor. He's played by Nick. What's his name? The guy who played Beast in the X-Men movies. But
yeah.
And honestly, he needs to be played very serious too.
Mm-hmm.
He has to be a very serious character. He can't be goofy and shit like that. And like I'm thinking like Smallville Lex Luthor season 5 and 6, when he just loses his sense of humor and becomes calculating, right? Like that. But this I'm kind of stuck on this Gods and Monsters thing. I can't believe they're using that fucking title. So there is an Elseworlds graphic novel called Justice League Gods and Monsters. In it, Superman landed on the wrong side of the border and was smuggled over with his adoptive illegal alien parents. And the whole thing is about him being an illegal immigrant and really hating Whitey.
Selling oranges on the side of the freeway.
I mean, his parents do.
but you get where I'm going with this. There are too many moving pieces in this movie. There's too many moving pieces. I don't know if there's gonna be a coherent story that will hold together for more than an act. And that's what I'm waiting to see. I don't want to pass judgment on this, but to me, there are many of logical red flags of why this might not work. So I want people to be positive, because we spent a bit of time yesterday on Roundtable talking about blackpilling isn't good. Don't blackpill. Don't instantly hate something because you think everything's going to suck. This isn't me instantly hating this. This is me making an educated decision to be worried about skeptical. It's good. Use a proper word. I'll use a proper word. Skeptical. It's a good way to put it. Be properly skeptical, properly cautious about this movie, and not say, "Oh, it's gonna be the greatest thing ever." No, to me, James Gunn is James Gunn. We have a very large variety of his work to judge. There's too many heroes in this. There's possibly too many villains, and I do not trust this to be coherent. And not to mention, this is not even really your start. Creature Commandos was the start. People now want to forget. They want to say this is the start. No, Creature Commandos was the start, and that's been a giant wet fart for the most part. A few people like it, but there's been a lot of happened. Yeah, it's still happening. There's been a lot of going back and forth about it, and it's not getting traction. Hell, I put a poll up in my community tab. Should I review this? And it's too close, and not enough people have voted for me to really put my time into it. I'm just not going to waste my time because nobody really cares.
It blows my mind that he keeps picking properties, for characters that weren't fucking popular when they were in print, right? Mm-hmm. There are no Creature Commando comic books anymore. There's good reason for that, because the book sucks, the characters suck, and nobody's interested in reading those things. They do appear sometimes in like big, event crossovers and shit like that, but usually only in a cameo. Because they're not interesting. Nobody cares about those characters.
Well, I know that James Gunn, from what his conversations and stuff, I think he prefers those. He prefers the kind of offbeat, not that popular things. But beyond that, he is trying to recreate what he got with Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is exactly that. Guardians of the Galaxy was nobody really cared about them. They were the side team that no one talked about, and he made them massively successful, made a shit ton of money, and now they're a household name. They've grown in popularity immensely because of that. Mm-hmm. He's trying to do the same thing again. So he picks Creature Commandos, thinking, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a show, and next thing you know, everyone's going to be like, oh, I love Creature Commandos. It's not going to happen again. Sometimes you can't catch fire. You can't catch fire twice sometimes. It's just stupid.
And it's already not happening. We are 4 weeks in, and nobody gives a shit about the show.
DC already tried this shit too, not with the Creature Commandos, but with Doom Patrol.
Yes.
Right? They've already tried exactly this thing. And you know what? The first season of Doom Patrol is actually really fucking good, but it falls off fucking hard after that.
Well, and part of the problem was they should have used Beast Boy, not Cyborg, because Beast Boy is Doom Patrol, Cyborg is not. And therefore it lost a little bit of its authenticity. Also, I didn't give a shit either way. I would not have been do it. But when I saw them, like, wait, why is Cyborg in this when that's a Beast Boy thing?
Yeah, so, I mean, even to a large extent too, Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, wasn't as unwell known as like some of the others, but they still weren't a massive, popular property. And they did the same thing with that. They're all like, let's put this in there. Why? Because Harley Quinn became popular. Because she became a more household name.
When that same thing happened in the comics too, is because like the Suicide Squad's again been around for a minute, right? But nobody cared about it until they decided to insert Harley Quinn, and nobody. So this is the other thing people forget about this. Harley Quinn was a character that was created by Paul Dini for Batman the Animated Series, was not in the comics until well after that series went off the air because she was so popular. They were like, oh, let's just bring her in. And they brought her in a Batman the Animated Series, like miniseries or whatever, and then she just kind of crossed over to the mainstream. But she wasn't popular in the same way that a lot of the other big names are, you know. And so the books for Suicide Squad were flagging because, again, it was mostly B-listers, mostly cast-offs from like Flash's Rogues Gallery and Batman's Rogues Gallery and shit like that. And eventually they decided, well, let's put a character in that has gained some popularity on her own. And of course, at this point, they started retconning her more into like the kind of heroine aspect. Everybody's forgotten that. Everybody seems to have forgotten that she's a psychotic mass murderer. But, and that drew eyes to the books. And actually, the Suicide Squad books from like 2011 to 2014 are pretty good. I mean, at one point, they end up recruiting Zod.
Wow.
They put a kryptonite bomb in Zod's head to control him. And you know what he does? He fucking uses a mirror and his heat vision to dig it out of his skull with his fingers. It's kind of awesome.
But that's kind of stupid to put somebody so OP on something like the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, when he got free, they found that out real fucking quick. He killed like half of them in a second.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of Suicide Squad is that these guys aren't capable of taking down large things on their own. They literally have to be a team effort, and that's a freaking Kryptonian. I mean,
they're fodder. That's why it's Suicide Squad, because they're fodder. They're like, here, go stand in front of this bullet. You're disposable. You're disposable.
That was one of the reasons I enjoyed that arc, is because they specifically got Zod because like they saw an opportunity and they fucking took it. Dude fell out of the Phantom Zone in front of him or some shit. And they took it because they're like, we can never get Superman because this would be a PR disaster. But this guy has all the same fucking powers and nobody likes him. So, we'll use him instead. Problem is like you were saying, and this figures into the plot, he is a Kryptonian. And not only is he a Kryptonian, unlike Superman, he's a genocidal maniac.
Yeah, he doesn't put the brakes on. He's not holding back.
Well, that whole arc was about making a very, very serious mistake and paying for it.
That is funny. That is very funny. That's pretty good.
But nobody cared about those books until Harley Quinn was in them, and then when the movies, they of course had to include her. Especially in light of some of the more dour things that were going on at DC at the time, Man of Steel, BVS, that kind of thing. So, they had to include her. And that first Suicide Squad movie kind of blows ass,
they're still crying. Even Ayer himself, they're still crying for the Ayer cut.
It's never going to happen. And I honestly don't think it should, but I do like the James Gunn, the Suicide Squad. I enjoyed that. I think it was a fun movie.
I never want to watch it again.
Yeah. But again, you're talking about a bunch of fucking characters nobody's ever heard of except Harley Quinn and Randall Flagg.
Well, I knew King Shark was, and Starro.
Right. But King Shark is a fucking Aquaman villain. There was no reason for him to actually be in there, except they didn't want to use Killer Croc again.
Yeah. And when you talk about that stuff, you're talking about nerds know this shit. This is not normie shit. You're not gonna know it. So
and King Shark, by the way, is also not a moron. That was something that James Gunn put in there because he thought it was cute and funny.
Yeah, he's not like super intelligent, but he's average.
Yeah.
He's of average intelligence. That whole line that she puts in about like, well, some say he's the the demigod son of an ancient sea god. Well, no, that's actually his backstory. He's actually a demigod.
And then they made him gay in the DC animated stuff with Constantine.
Oh, geez.
Yes. That's not actually the first time, but yeah.
I know. I mean, I know. Constantine's sexuality has always been ambiguous. I'm aware of that. But
no. So is King Shark's.
Oh, I didn't know that. But I don't need to fucking Constantine being reamed out by a big ass shark, dude. That's just gross.
Well,
Yeah.
dude, like
Ugh.
King Shark, like one of the things that's kind of awesome about him is his sexuality doesn't come up that often because usually he's just trying to eat you. But
Well-
so I think you're right though about this.
Yeah.
I don't. I hope that it's good. I do have some
Trust
hope
but
that
verify.
it could be good, but I think both of you guys are right about this. It's like James Gunn, number one, doesn't know how to do a fucking a small cast. He only does large ensembles, right? I don't think he's ever done a small cast, And number two, I don't think he knows how to write serious shit. Not really. Not without some kind of quippy underbelly.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, listen, if I'm wrong, if we're wrong, I'll be the first one to say it. If I watch it, say, man, yeah, this is pretty good. Had a few problems here there, but overall good. But I think I'm going to come out of this one saying, not terrible, but if this thing doesn't stick the landing, the DCU is done. There's no recovery if this doesn't stick the landing.
If there's no Superman, there's no way forward.
Yeah. Because and they're not getting even close to Batman. Batman Brave and the Bold with Damian Wayne as Robin. That's way well, it's James Gunn's favorite Robin, Sam.
It's the worst fucking Robin. I would take Carrie Kelly over him.
But they're not
she
even
doesn't exist yet.
They're not even getting to Batman for a long ass time. In between it, they've got the Green Lantern show, where we were talking about this yesterday with Sleazy on Roundtable. They might very well have a thing where they use Hal Jordan to put over Jon Stewart, which you don't need to do. You don't need to use anybody to put Jon Stewart over. Jon Stewart's a badass all unto himself. You don't need Hal Jordan to make him look good. So we're worried. What are they going to do with that show? They got that good. Then they've still got Themyscira Game of Thrones shit. And then I think after another project between that, then I think they then they got the Authority movie. The Authority movie with the two gay dudes who are Batman and Superman stand-ins effing each other.
You remember the image of the one carrying the other one with what appeared to be his erect penis?
Yes, I do. So you've got all that before you even get to Batman. And then after Batman, you still just got Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, which Camille Nanjiani might be Booster Gold. No one's disproved that rumor yet. That has not been disproven yet. Has not been disproven. And then you've got Swamp Thing again.
Christ, they can't stop failing with that character. Christ on a stick.
And then they're going to make him overpowered too, is the thing.
Well, here's the other thing. DC's already recently done Swamp Thing, right?
Yeah.
They did it when they had that DC app that before
And
HBO
they
Max was
canceled
the thing.
it
And
before the season was even over.
they canceled it before the first episode aired.
Really? I thought it already had a couple episodes out when they canceled it.
It was already in the can. It was already made. All 10 seasons of the original series of the first season were already done, but before any of them had seen light of day, the studios canceled the show.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
Right,
watch
so they decided to air.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, as a result of that, they did end up. The final episode does end up tying up most everything. And it's not a terrible show. I enjoyed that too, but it was never going to go any further than that. There's no reason to try again with this character. WB's just going to squash it again.
But they are. So that, I mean, that's kind of your whole lineup, and nowhere do you have any. There's no sign of Wonder Woman because the Themyscira show is without Wonder Woman. You've got Green Lanterns, but you've got 3 human Green Lanterns at the same time, and
that makes no sense.
And the least popular one is in the Superman movie, which boggles my mind. Batman is way down the line of data, and here's the problem: nobody even knows what they're going to do with that at this point because they're getting the Batman 2, which is not part of the DCU; it's Elseworlds. And so, and I don't. There's no. I even though I know a lot of people say they're tired of overarching stories in these universes, I'm not. I like everything to be leading to something. I don't know where this goes with the lineup of shows and movies that they've got going on. Oh, and they just announced the Clayface movie.
Why does Clayface get his own fucking? Which Clayface?
Because
there are
I don't
5
know.
of them.
It's whichever one's appearing in Creature Commandos, voiced by Alan Tudyk, which means, per the rules of the DCU, if somebody does the voice, they are part of it in the live action. So Alan Tudyk will be Clayface. Now, we like Alan Tudyk, but what are we doing? We're introducing another villain without their hero.
Yeah, so it's Venom. This is gonna. They've already done this movie. It's called Darkman. Like,
I
it's
love
just
Darkman. First one.
Darkman can't turn into a giant clay monster with hammers for hands, but yeah.
No, but the idea that his own he's gonna switch into people, and he's suffering because he's this has been inflicted upon him, and he's upset, and he has to. So he's kind of an anti-hero. It's all essentially the thing of freaking Darkman, and they're gonna do it shitty too.
But they just announced this, and it doesn't make any sense to me because James Gunn said we only will announce the movie when a script is done. So that means somebody wrote a Clayface script when that wasn't even on your list of movies for this chapter 1. It wasn't there. This is just suddenly out of nowhere. So somebody decided, give me Superman, Batman, or give me Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Give me either World's Finest or Trinity movie. Do that.
Do you think that freaking James Gunn, when he went in and the first meeting, he put all the pictures of all these DC heroes up there, and he's all like, okay, anyone who's sold above this many things, we're going to throw those ones out. Like, literally everything he's doing, no one cares about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the way to start a thing. I have no problem with you making movies with them, but how about you get the thing up and running and sprinting before you start adding in your pet projects and your weird stuff, because then at least you have a fan base ready to buy into that if they enjoyed your first movies. But like you said, he's doing a Superman movie that he's not even doing just Superman. And then, like you said, everything after that, for at least the foreseeable future, is these weird things that just no one is like really, really excited about. No one's seen there going, and you know what? I can't wait for the Clay face movie. I'm so excited.
There is a Batman movie, but we have questions. Why is it? We know you like Damian Wayne, James Gunn, but why are we going right to Damian Wayne? That means you're literally skipping over the favorite Robins. You're skipping over Tim Drake. You're skipping over Dick. I mean, I don't know. This is why I don't trust James Gunn. I don't trust him. I don't see the master plan here. I don't see where this goes.
Should be Dick Grayson.
It should be Dick Grayson. And then if you go long enough, then you can transition to Tim Drake. I mean, you can skip what's his name? Shit, just forgot his name.
You got to go through Jason Todd to get to Tim Drake.
I know, but I mean, would you have time to go through Jason Todd? Although watching the Joker beat the hell out of him with a crowbar would be fun. That'd be fun.
Well, and then blow him up in Sudan, and then become, the
Red Hood
Iranian ambassador to the United States. That was a fucked up storyline, man.
Either way, it's skipping over what people want. These are the red flags I'm talking about. And his response, because it's my favorite. Well, what about our favorite? We're the customers. We're the fans. What about us?
What
about what we want to see?
They're not supposed to pander to us.
On the Robin note, dude, I don't even I'm not even speaking idly when I say that Damian Wayne was the worst one. I'm not saying that just because I fucking hate him, although I do. He was so fucking unpopular, right, that he was killed off by a mutant clone of his from the League of Shadows because he sided with Batman or whatever. But he was such a dick that nobody gave a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He's dead. There's no reason to use him at all. Jason Todd at least came back as the Red Hood.
And then how about this? People want to see Batman Beyond. People want to see Terry McGinnis. because
I'm
Terry
less excited
McGinnis.
about that.
Well, see, I do because I like Terry McGinnis because he earned the cape and the cowl, so to speak. He has his own rogues gallery. He does it himself. He didn't just have it. He has his own thing, and I respect it. He's a different kind of Batman, but he is still Batman in that era. And technically, he is Bruce's son genetically, because So I mean, so he does. He is a Wayne. So I'm okay with that. But I would love to see a good Batman Beyond. That would be cool.
I would too. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
To see in film form. I do agree with Sammy though. He would be Jason Todd would be great because then you could do a spin-off Red Hood. That would actually be a pretty cool movie to show somebody struggling with his anger and all that stuff, just traumatized and kind of broken, and then going to a different city and vigilante, just straight up with the guns and stuff. It could be something really cool spin-off of that movie.
All right.
But we're not going to get that.
You talk about spin-off. If you start with Dick, you could go to Nightwing, you could go to Teen Titans.
Oh, that would be interesting too.
And we're not talking what they just did with the live action, that thing, that abomination. Like a real version where Starfire
that was the worst show that the DC app produced was fucking Teen Titans, and it went for like 5 seasons. It was so terrible.
I mean, like I said, we want a real Starfire, not one that looks like a goddamn streetwalker out of the gate. We want a real Raven, not a tiny little 11-year-old girl
an underage girl that everybody's hitting on because she's overdeveloped for her age. Yeah, that was really fucking weird and creepy.
Yeah. And we don't want Dick saying fuck Batman. We don't want that.
And that's a team that already has its own popularity, already has an established fan base that they could jump into, unlike we said with Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Already got one of the greatest fucking comic stories of all goddamn time to draw
Build
from.
Up the Trigon. Build up the Trigon.
Well, no, there's that too, but I'm talking about now I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, it's the one where Deathstroke uses Terra to infiltrate the Justice.
When they called him Slade for that, yeah.
I'm not talking about that. Well, they called him Slade because that's his first name, but
I know, but they did that. I always found in music they called him Slade instead of calling him Deathstroke, but I understand why they did it.
In the cartoon version they did, but the original storyline debuted in 1978, right when the new Teen Titans debuted.
Oh yeah, Judas Contract.
Yeah, that's it. The Judas Contract. They would also have a good way to introduce Jericho, right? Who was a character that they haven't used at all in any other medium.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If James Gunn is such a fan, I mean, there's a team you could use. But then again, it's a well-known team, like Devil just pointed out. It's a well-known team that he can't F around with. Look, they just tried to F around with it, like Sam brought up on that show, and that thing was an abomination, but it somehow persisted. Nobody was watching it.
Trigon was so cucked in that.
Trigon's a goddamn dark side level threat, dude.
He's bigger than dark side level.
I mean, well, you know what I mean? He's a fucking like universe devil.
Right. Well, there's other teams too that, like, if Gunn wants to pull from something that had its popular heyday but is a little obscure now, and he can do anything he fucking wants with it. Legion of Superheroes takes place 500 to 1,000 years after present day with a couple hundred different fucking characters to pull from.
And you could bring in a young Superman with that one too, Teenage Superman. You could go that
Superboy,
route. Superboy.
Yeah. Superboy, you could have you could introduce Brainiac via Brainiac 5.
Yeah.
Who was a member of the Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many possibilities that you could do with that.
I mean, they do have their I forgot the Supergirl movie. We forgot the Supergirl movie with chick what's her name, who's in Game of Thrones Hot D season 1. What the hell is her name? She has a name that is a sexual joke. I forget what it is. She's Supergirl. So I forgot, but it's Supergirl, written by the dude who ruined Batman a couple years ago. That's the Supergirl they're using. So it's not even happy Supergirl; it's like depressed feminist Supergirl, and it's like they're going about this all wrong. I feel I don't trust this.
Totally wrong, man. They could even use the Legion to fucking introduce Booster Gold because he comes from their fucking time.
Yeah. And the problem is, but there is the Booster Gold show, but I guarantee their Legion's not going to be mentioned in it. I guarantee it.
Which is stupid because he has a Legion ring. It's how he flies. He can't fly without the ring. It's one of the things he stole from the future.
I mean, that's the thing about Booster Gold. It's like he is a complete reject and a loser because there are greater heroes in his time, but he comes back here where at certain points, I guess his tech from the future can make him viable, but he's still a loser. Squeaky wheel.
He's even got a cute little fucking android or robot sidekick that constantly calls him a fucking loser.
Yeah. Now they're gonna go for the buddy cop thing with Blue Beetle with that show, Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, but is it gonna be Ted Cord, which is like the actual one he's supposed to be paired with?
No, it's gonna be
they're gonna pair him with Jaime.
Well, that's because they're keeping Jaime. Even though that movie was bad, they've said they're keeping Cobra Kai kid, Mahal, whatever his name is. They're keeping him.
Yeah,
they're keeping him.
Zolo, I think his first name is.
Yeah, Zolo. Yeah, they're keeping Zolo. He said he's still contracted.
If they're gonna do Jaime Reyes, I don't have a problem with their actor. You know,
I don't hate Jaime, but
yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, but he's not Booster Gold's buddy cop. That's Ted Cord.
No. Yeah, you're gonna. So they were a lot more street level than a lot of these other guys, despite the fact that the technology made Booster potentially way more powerful. What they're gonna have to deal with fucking Jaime Reyes are the other alien beetle weapons platforms.
Yeah. I mean, because Jaime is with the scarab, the alien scarab. He is very, very strong.
Yeah, the green one and the black one are world-ending threats on their own, and they're fucking evil.
Mm-hmm. So I will say it again. None of James Gunn's plan at this moment, with the pieces we see, I do not see how it all fits together logically or with any sort of none of this looks generational to me. It just looks like James Gunn is in the sandbox playing with his toys, but he's not going to let anybody else play with the toys.
Yeah.
So I don't see this working in any way except like if they treat it like comic book issues, like each movie is its own fucking run of things and it's standalone or whatever, maybe with crossover cameos. I know it's not, but that's the only way it's going to fucking work is if they focus on making. See, I know the argument for having a plan for a big overarching, all connected kind of thing, but honestly, I'd be happy if they connected a beginning to a middle to an end in one fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll see. July. I was going to say 11th there. I think it says July 11th. We'll see. I'm waiting to be proven wrong. I don't think I'm going to be entirely right, but I don't think I'm going to be entirely wrong with what I feel like this is going to do. It just doesn't feel like it's a proper, coherent plan. Because James Gunn, we haven't seen him capable of doing it. That's kind of one of the foundational points of this. All right, we'll just keep talking in circles if we keep going. So let's all right, that's all the topics I had. You guys got anything you want to bring up?
Yeah, well, I mean, I got something we could bring up.
Go for it. Yeah,
not your dick.
Ah, damn it. Fine, go.
He's gonna sit there like Kermit on Omega and bring up a cucumber.
Yeah, like the Kermit the Frog. I got something for you.
Yeah.
No, I've this past week people have been pointing out, or the wokies are trying to push back on everyone's hate of that bald Blasian girl. And Siri,
the new Cuckman game in the series.
Yeah. So,
are you bringing up that meme that I just saw going around?
Yeah, where they're trying to own us with our tears.
Oh, and by the way, for those who didn't see it, we went over the Witcher 3 trailer yesterday with Jed, who is the Witcher guy. Siri's not that ugly. She's not ugly. It's just
they're trying to.
it's
they're trying
departure
to
from what she looked like before.
Yeah.
So,
But we know what they're doing too. They are trying to like take away some of the more feminine things, just not doing it as
God
much as
damn
they
it,
normally
Devil,
do.
use dark mode.
I'm not breaking. You ain't
No,
breaking me,
don't use
man.
dark mode ever. Make them suffer.
We're standing strong on this.
Psychopaths.
But yeah, this idea that I'm so sick and tired of the fucking argument that it's because we want to fucking stroke it out to them or something. No, because girls are in the same fucking thing. Every single girl in our sphere that you ask, do you want to play as a pretty girl or do you want to play as a butt ugly freak? Every single one of them is all like, I want to play as the pretty girl. None of them are, and same thing with guys. When I'm like playing the thing, I'm all like, yeah, give me the troll dude with like one eye fucking drooping and ear like 2 inches lower than the other
I'm
one.
making
And
Super Chad.
yeah, no, I'm like, dude, get the buff dude who all the girls would want to sleep with. Like freaking, it's so stupid that we still having these arguments.
Yeah.
All this time later, especially when we're winning, because all their shit's failing. If people actually wanted this ugly crap, they wouldn't be failing at that level, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to bring it up because I've definitely avoided it for the past several days. We're not going to bring up Goonergate, but this is tied to it because there's infighting on our side for no goddamn reason whatsoever. A lot of it is manufactured and disingenuous. I will say that much. But we're winning right now, and we should remind these people that we're the real customers. We're the real fans. And I'm not offended by Siri because go back yesterday, Jed and I both said it. We're both going to play this game. We're both going to play Witcher 4 because according to Jed, because they put out a trailer like this now, we're probably only 2 years away from it being out. So it's going to come out sooner rather than later. We're going to be there and play it. And if the gameplay is good, and if they give us a reason why Ciri's a Witcher, even though that, according to Jed, that breaks the lore, she cannot be a Witcher for a lot of reasons. But if it's good, we'll tell you, and we'll have a good time. We want to play a good game. Now, the other thing from Naughty Dog, this intergalactic, bald-headed thing sipping her soda in the middle of space, that thing is DOA for every reason that Naughty Dog has always given us for the past several years. Not only did that trailer look dumb and stupid, but they purposefully uglified that chick. Because I've seen that chick. It was pointed out to me yesterday when we were talking about it that she was in that Sabrina show from a couple years ago. And when they pointed out who she was, like, oh, whoa, yeah, she was attractive in that show. Even with her, not bald head, but pixie cut haircut. I was like, oh, yeah, she's pretty in that face. They uglified her in this game.
Yeah. They do every single girl. They want to sit there and act like you're seeing something that ain't there. They've literally done memes where people put all the guy actors and their characters in video games, and they literally make them one for one. They try to make it look exactly like the character. Every single girl, they're all like, here's the girl, here's the actress, gorgeous, beautiful model doing the voice, and here's what they put in the game. So it's not them seeing there going, this is just our capability. That's our no. It's them purposely going, okay, make the cheeks fatter, make the freaking and they're purposely fucking ugging them up.
But you know what, Devil? They can get the black chick that they keep putting in everything from the Jedi Survivor games to other shit. They can make her look perfect. Let me just get it. Laney. They can make here we go. Yeah, all right. I mean, here's the first one. They can make her. Here's how she looks like in real life. Miss Funny Lady. They can bring her. Yeah, they can make her look exactly perfect in every game. Every game she's in, she looks like herself.
Yeah.
They can get that perfect right. Here it is. Here's side by side. Boom. There it is.
Yeah.
Wow. They make her like that. You can't make the chick who played Mary Jane in Spider-Man. They can't make that beautiful woman look like Mary Jane. They can't make the chick who played Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn. They can't make her look like that. They can't get, even though she's also as dumb as Super Dawn, they can't make the chick from Star Wars Outlaws, who's a pretty girl, in that game. No, but they can do it for Ugo.
Yeah, and I'll say this: each person has a different cup of tea. I'm not saying that these chicks that they make in the video games are, like there's not guys who would be like, oh, she's pretty, I like her. But when you're doing a game, when you're doing something that's supposed to be selling millions of copies, you want to try to hit the biggest thing. So hitting the traditional beauty standards that most guys are attracted to is a good idea. Like I said, there are some people that this is their cup of tea. This chick every single time gets them rock hard, no problem. But she is not traditionally what guys would look at as gorgeous. And so who are you going to get more people with? Her or with somebody who looks like I don't know, Tyra Banks. I know I'm showing my age here.
Hey, listen, we all
and Tyra's
we all took a turn with Tyra back in the day. Let's not pretend.
Yeah, dude.
Tyra Banks was a good-looking woman. That woman had legs that went on for days.
I mean, she lost her mind later on, but
but yeah, so it's I'm not trying to sit there. Yeah, I'm not trying to sit there and say that like I said, that by making these girls less attractive, that somehow they're not going to get any guys who, or they're pushing away all the guy players. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're trying to, because in their mind, traditional beauty standards are somehow evil and shit. They're changing it and thinking that somehow they're going to change society, and they're not. All they're going to do is push away the gamers that they need to get their games published and put out there and get money for them,
Dragon Age.
Exactly. Very good point.
Failed completely because they went away from us, the actual Dragon Age fans. And I heard a rumor today. It's a rumor, mind you, that while on the surface they are shifting away from this kind of shit for Mass Effect 5, the rumors are, according to discussions and people giving their inside sources, that they will try to insert the agenda later on through DLC and updates.
Oh, fuckers.
And here's the thing, because they're afraid that the woke will be angry. Why are you afraid of woke tards?
The people who don't purchase your game?
They don't purchase the game, and they don't move the needle. And guess what? Cancel culture is over. They can't cancel people anymore. Without Twitter as their bludgeon for a cancel mob, they can't get it done.
Yeah. Nobody's getting canceled on Blue Sky. Sorry, there's just not enough people on there to
canceling each other willingly.
Yeah, that's who they're canceling, exactly.
I mean, the dogs want to tear at each other's throats. I'm good with that. It's fine.
When your enemy is setting yourself on fire, don't put it out.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, to a degree though, like the whole men playing like in nice women models. I mean, there is something to that. I know that I like to look at nice female models. I actually put a short clip link in the private chat that illustrates that point, I think, very, very well, from a channel called Viva La Dirt League.
I was gonna say, you don't get to show your penis if I don't get to show my penis. No,
I'm not gonna show my penis. Emphasis on my. No, it's okay. It's good for YouTube, man. It's not like something Cloud would post.
Yeah, we don't.
I would bring it up myself, but my internet's kind of wonky right now.
We don't look at Cloud stuff. We don't. There's a reason. There's a reason we don't look at Cloud's links when he sends them, or when we do, we look them off. We look at them off camera first, or usually I let somebody else do it first, and I wait for their reaction before I go in.
Right.
I like how Samuel's all, my internet's being wonky right now. When is your internet not being wonky, dude?
I know. I don't know. It's all fucking wonky. Till the end of time, I guess.
I'm gonna get Sam his own satellite, so he doesn't his own dedicated satellite.
Anyway, sorry. For some reason in the studio, my chat window is not showing up, and I'm trying to figure out why. That happens on occasion. I'm hoping it fixes itself. I'm got to figure out how to clear the cache again. without clearing all my cache and losing everything for YouTube. Anyway, sorry. I don't know what to say. I missed those last couple lines you said. I was paying attention. You guys got anything else you want to talk about?
Don't worry. It has to do about
Shitternet.
it's
Shitternet.
yeah, shitternet. You know what? I'm gonna try and bring this fucking thing up.
All right, you're gonna try.
Anyway, we'll see if it works. It's entitled "Girl Skins Are Way Better in PUBG." So, but I think this applies to games all around. So let's make sure the volume's up. All right.
What's up, assholes?
Ben?
Ben, is that you? Yeah, I got a new skin.
Oh, that's it. Look, you got a new skin.
Why that skin? You really asking me why I picked this skin?
Yes, Ben. I'm asking you why you picked this.
I assume the skin is the dude's. I assume the girl's talking with the dude voice because it's choppy. So it's out of
because it's
for me.
Oh yeah, is it? All right. Oh,
yeah. You can put it in if you put it in the private.
Anyhow,
chat, I can bring it in private chat.
It's in the private chat.
Oh, yeah, okay. I wasn't looking. All right, here I'll bring it up.
I put it there first. You said that you didn't have the fucking chat window up.
I know. I told you I wasn't paying attention. I just said I wasn't paying attention. I admitted it, so I didn't know. All right, here. Now I see it. There we go. I wasn't looking. All right.
Again, this is a channel called Viva La Dirt League. They do comedy stuff that a lot of it has to do with video games and like tropes and shit. It's a pretty funny channel from Australia.
Right.
Don't worry, Kaylee. We'll beat Adam for failing later.
Oh, stop it. Beat me. All right, here we go.
What's up, assholes?
Ben?
Ben, is that you? Yeah, I got a new skin.
Oh, that's it. Look, you got a new skin.
Why that skin? You really asking me why I picked this skin?
Yes, Ben. I'm asking you why you picked that skin.
Smaller hitbox.
Pretty sure that's not a thing. So
Well, and let's be honest. Forever, dudes are playing as hot chicks in games. Forever.
Yeah.
Forever. One of my best
and
buds.
this
No, go ahead.
This short makes that point perfectly.
Okay, yeah, because one of my best dudes I played with for years in MMOs, all his characters always a chick, always a hot chick, cat girl, Twi'lek. He went for it. No
2/3 of my characters in Monster Hunter over 20 years were women because there was a lot of fucking crawling.
Yeah. Hey, listen, half my characters. I have female alts. I have girl alts all the time.
I'm pretty sure you're bigger than me, which makes you a bigger target, so it makes a lot of sense to me.
okay, agree or disagree, but definitely not a thing.
Secondly, look at me. Now, look at you.
What?
Nothing?
No, nothing.
Well, I, for one, am fully on board with this. I think this is great. Yeah. How much was it?
3,000.
That's a bargain. That's me after this game.
I'm kind of pissed off. You're breaking the guy code.
Okay, well, do me a favor and just crawl on the ground for me.
What?
Just do it. Crawl on the ground.
Okay. Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. yeah. I mean, listen. Every dude makes a character a chick in real games where boob sliders are a thing. Boobs and ass. We make the chicks as hot as possible.
They could make a game that is a hot woman and just have it her climbing ladders and swimming.
Mm-hmm.
And guys would probably purchase it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you guys played the Arkham games in Arkham City, when you first get to play as Catwoman and you have to like sneak past something for the first time. Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I never played the Arkham games because I just never got around to it. And I know I'm a heathen for saying that. I just wasn't interested in being Batman.
I played the first two.
No,
I didn't want to be Batman. I wanted to be Spider-Man. I didn't want to be Batman. But it's
Black Cat.
Well. Listen. Black Cat in the last two Spider-Man games, despite all its crap, she was gorgeous in both those games. Absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody is ever complaining about being these characters. It's a made-up fantasy by those who are not gamers and those who are just want to stir up trouble. We enjoy it. I mean, listen, everybody who played Stellar Blade 1, yes, we loved Eve's incredible body because we also know that that's a real woman out there. That's what that Korean model's body looks like. So it just helps the fantasy even more. But secondly, guess what? The gameplay also fantastic. Fun game. Jump around killing shit. Once you get the hang of it, once you understand the moves, it flows nicely. Stellar Blade is a good game.
Yeah.
I if they put out DLC, I'll probably replay it to get to play it to the DLC. If they make a sequel, I'll probably play the sequel.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
If it was a shitty game and we were only going for that, we could get the clips online. There's plenty of them.
Yeah.
It has to be a good game on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can't. Listen. I have many times before. I have watched cutscenes and gameplays of games that I don't give a shit about, that I know I'm never going to play. And Devil's right. That's how, if there's something we know we're never going to play, we'll either spend time watching somebody else play it, or we'll go watch the important bits for ourselves. But if it's something we do want to play,
or ignore it entirely.
Yeah, or ignore it entirely. Yeah. I mean, sometimes morbid curiosity gets the better of me if it keeps showing up on my timeline. And I'll go, I'll watch this clip here just because it's curious. But that's how it works for real gamers.
Yeah, I have a habit of watching game streams of people who are only playing games that I've actually played myself, so that I don't end up getting surprised with something just in case.
Let me reply to this before she goes. Yeah, yes, we will be streaming on Friday. Probably some Starship Troopers before Ballbusters. So we will be doing that most likely. I don't know what Saturday looks like because Dermy is not doing Saturday this week because he's going to go to another gay slumber party, except this time he's bringing Silver with him. So I do not know what we're doing.
Ooh, a couples retreat.
Yeah. There'll be drinking and cows, from what we understand. So we haven't started before Friday. You said before Friday. No, Kaylee, I do not have time this week. Tomorrow is I'm a day behind on Dune, and tomorrow is also Skeleton Crew. But I'm not going to drop those till Wednesday because Tuesdays don't do well for me, period, because of all the other streams going on. I don't do well on Tuesdays, algorithm-wise, at all. So I'll be dropping out on Wednesday. And Wednesday night, I'm taking that off because then Thursday we have Anime Odyssey this week. So I will not be doing any public gaming until Friday and probably Saturday, which will be streamed because it won't be Chatterday. So there will be something. But we have to have discussion on what we're doing. I'm going to open that door tomorrow and see what happens. So no, before Friday, no. Yeah. Essentially with everything going on right now with reviews and regular news, I don't have time to do the gaming because my notifications have to be saved for that. And I do want to game on the regular channel, live stream on the regular channel here before going to game live on the other channel because the other channel doesn't bring anybody in. At least with this one, I'm giving you, my regular audience, this stuff, and even if I unlist it, it's still there, but then I can then populate the other channel with the recordings when I'm done. So it allows me to grow the other channel, or attempt to, without trying to grab live viewers because that one doesn't get pushed much the algorithm. So I'm sorry, it's just the way the schedule is right now. I guarantee though, once, and it's ways off, but when we get into the spring and we got Suikoden and Lunar, there's going to be a lot of gaming streams with those because those are going to be on the PS5, and I'm massively looking forward to that stuff. And unfortunately, most of the games I've gotten for the holidays for myself, the couple games I've gotten, they're all really for private play. They're not really for public gaming streams. They're more for that. So, but there will be another. We're not doing it this month. There will be an Among Us. Bubbles Among Us will be back in January. We all agreed that there's just not enough time with the holiday in the next 3 weeks to properly organize one with as many people as we need. But we'll be back with Among Us likely first or second week in January as they go going on. Right. Samuel, you were saying. Sorry.
Oh, just that I have a tendency to watch game streams where I've already played the game, just in case I decide to play something down the road. I don't want spoilers. So I don't only go around watching things that I haven't played.
Yeah, I watch things I know I'm not going to play. because that's kind of the only way I'm going to experience it. Because that way, I'm pretty sure, you know what, I'm never going to play this game, so I will watch this person that I sort of like play this game, and that works for me. Because if it's somebody else playing, if they're playing it, and I don't like the way they're playing it, I don't like being critical of watching another gamer play something. Even though I don't really enjoy going, "You're fucking doing it wrong," because I'm not going to actually get in their chat and tell them.
I don't do that.
But I'm yelling at the screen a lot because sometimes I think people are retarded. It's like, no.
No, I just put them on in the background and do other things, man. It's just like, do you know who Apocalypse is?
No.
Okay, well, he's done pretty well for himself in game streamings, but I started watching his channel. He's done, he did all of the Dragon Age things leading up to. I haven't watched his Veilguard shit because I'm not interested in that game at all. But you know, I have watched all of his other. He did like you did all the Dragon Age games leading up to that. At one point,
my heart broke.
He did. He's done most of the FromSoft games that I like. You know, his Bloodborne streams are fucking awesome. He also is one of the only fucking people out there besides Jack Tarlad that I have seen stream any of the Legacy of Kain games, and he did all 5.
The remaster's out, and it's not getting hated.
Yeah,
it's not getting hated.
I probably won't be getting it because I still have original copies of all 5.
Niche Gamer gave it a pretty positive review.
I might be I'm trying to think of the word. Anyway, I don't really watch streaming games too much. When I watch video games, I watch YouTubers videos of them. I like the humor. I like that they can add humor.
Yeah, the VODs.
It, so, yeah, like I watch cartoons, H2O Delirious, those guys. I love that they can take a game that is very basic, not much to it, and somehow make a 37-minute video that makes you shit your pants with laughter the whole time.
See, for me, if I'm watching a gaming stream, it's because I want to turn my brain off and I want to not think and usually kind of wind down and get ready for bed, get ready for sleep. So I'll be like, okay, started to nod off. Okay, that's great. This has lulled me into a state of near sleep, ready to go to bed. That's when I like to watch gaming streams, because it's a nice way for me to not give a shit and not think too critically. And that's why I'll choose certain types of games. That's why it's, if ones I haven't played, then I can have a level of I wouldn't say disinterest, but no commitment to what's going on, so I can just see it, not have any reaction to it, and slowly just wind down. So we all watch games. We all do this stuff for different reasons. So it's obvious. You know?
Well, that's the other reason that I don't watch streams or VODs of games that I haven't played, is because I can put it on in the background and I can put my phone in my back fucking pocket with my headphones in, and I can continue to go about my day, and I still know about where they are because I've already been there myself.
That's like me with certain movies I can listen to. Like I'll put on a movie on the computer if I've seen it a million times, and I can put these the headphones on. I can go in the other room and work in the kitchen, and I can hear what's going on. But I've seen it so many times, I know what's going on. So it's very easy for me to, just to listen to it and understand it, and then not need to watch it. So I understand exactly what you're talking about. All right, 1 second here. Carry on.
Yeah, well, I do the same thing with reaction channels. Like the last day or so, I've been listening to Bad Medicine's reaction to the entirety of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the original series. And it's been really, really easy because they make it easy with their commentary, and the way it's cut up is really smooth. They actually managed to keep it, like so that you can still follow it along, but I don't actually have to look at it because I've seen the series all the way through like 7 times. So I know exactly where they are at any given moment, and I can see it in my head. And so it's really just listening to their reactions, and it passes the fucking time while I'm doing my job.
Yeah. It's like I can watch real Star Wars movies. That's how I sometimes will watch, especially the prequel trilogy. I can go in another room and just hear it and do stuff like that. All right, if we don't got anything else, I feel good about winding down. It's almost 1 a.m. my time, so I feel pretty good about that. And I actually want to get some sleep tonight. So
yeah, I still got time to get down to the bar and pick somebody up. So
All right. Devil, I know your schedule's a little wonky right now. You got anything coming up?
Tomorrow is the last wrong think of the year. If anyone shows up, not many people have been getting back to me, so I don't know. It might be just me and Professor Savage Dad, and he said he'd be late. So I might be doing it myself. After that, the pub Friday, and then I don't know. I don't think we'll be doing anything the next week, Christmas and all. So
Middle of the week and all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah. My schedule, I'm going into where I'm doing a shit ton of overtime, which I don't mind financially. I do mind that I just got back to starting being on people's channels and actually having fun on YouTube again and streaming. And now I'm going to have to drop a lot of the shows again till that's up with for however long. And it really sucks because we're about to launch, or we were getting into where we're going to launch Make Me a Sandwich, our new satirical kind of man show, funny vibe thing. And this put a big break to it till that clears up what I can do. So, but yeah, check out my channel, Beelzehub, and hopefully subscribe and enjoy, and because I'm trying to get to that 500 mark very slowly.
Yeah, man. Think about it. Yeah, all the overtime. You won't have to room with Dermy this time. You get your own room in Vegas. It'll be good.
There was no rooming with no one.
It's not what I heard. Samuel, what's your week look like?
Who was telling you that shit, Dermy? All lies.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Whatever you got to say to get through the night, dude. While he's gripping you
tight. Don't put that on me.
Anyhow, I don't have anything planned for online until Friday. We were back with Abyssal Musings, and then the pub after that, Screaming to the Void the next day after that, and then back here. I don't know. Something might come up. Probably doing something on Exiled Linus. She dropped the show in my lap again this weekend, so I ended up running that too for a while, and all that. But I don't know. Like Devil, I can't guarantee that I can make it tomorrow, but I can try.
Okay.
Yeah. Because work. It's been kicking my. I would have been here earlier tonight if work hadn't been kicking my fucking ass. But that's it. That's all I got. Go check out my channel, Samuel the Infamous, and all these guys.
As for me, as I said, I got to get the Dune review done. I got to get the Skeleton review done. I'm gonna delay releasing those till Wednesday. I said because Tuesday I just had bad algorithmic days on Tuesdays. It's just not good for me. So I tried to take Tuesdays off in general. Rest of the week, Thursday is Anime Odyssey. Jeremy and I are doing a show called Heavy Object, Giant Mechs, battling it out with with humans working alongside it. It's a fun little show. She'll go down. We'll be talking the Sony Katakawa story that continues to evolve. Friday, Ballbusters. I don't know who the guest is, so whatever. Also, there will be, as I said, Starship Troopers on Friday as well. Saturday, Jed and I will be having an early start to driving this week because Jed's got to get ready for holiday travel. We'll be on at 3 p.m. Eastern discussing Hook with Static. Static will be joining us. We'll do Hook. I don't know
what.
Boo. Ooh. Is it true that that's Glenn Close under all that?
Yeah.
That dude? Is that true?
Yes. Yeah, that is Glenn Close.
Yes.
Man, that's some practical makeup, dude. That is some
that scene fucking traumatized my ass when I was a kid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Anyway, so we got that. Again, I'll keep everybody updated if a co-op game happens on Saturday. We're in a Saturday slot. Then Roundtable, I can say now we will probably be talking the Superman trailer, discussing breaking it down. And then next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'll be over on Little Platoon's channel on his afternoon show. So cross your fingers for me on that one, guys. I don't fuck that up. And then we will be back here for Mellow Mondays because if I have garnered some fresh eyes, can't not stream that night. Can't not do it. So we'll be back, and it's the day before Christmas Eve. So one last chance to be merry and make Yule. And then the following week is mostly normal stuff because Christmas is the middle of the week. So we're not missing any real beats. Oh, I think we are taking drive-in off that weekend. I think because Jed is still going to be traveling. So we might not be no drive-in then, but we will have roundtable. Either way, thank you, everybody, for being here this evening. We appreciate each and every one of you. As always, hit those like buttons. Links are in the description below. And before I butcher this even further, good night.
Yeah.